Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. This is Mzalendo once again. Welcome to Africa 24. And today I'm having a special announcement that the whole of this week will be trying to analyze what is happening in the political scene. I will take you through all the presidential candidates, what they are offering and what we expect in 2027. So, if you want some good analysis of the current politics, the current candidates, and what we expect, tomorrow we are having a very big show here on Africa, and that is the Kenyan political landscape and emerging coalitions and their impact on the 2027 elections. So, if you want to participate in this program and you're watching us from various platforms, please make sure that you have subscribed to our Freak 24 so that you can be part of parcel of this panel. I'll be taking you through with my able panelist, Jeremy. Jeremy will be on board, Mboro will be on board, and of course, our lawyer, Mise, will also be on board on this particular edition. This is a special one that will be taking you through William Ruto Kenya Kwanza government is new alliances with the ODM party, and of course, Gashagwa and his new formation and what the impact of this new formation will look like. Now, this is just a view of what we expect in 2027. This is my prediction of some of the things that you'll be seeing in 2027. Of course, Ruto and Manavadi will definitely be sticking together. Joe, I don't think they are going to leave that coalition anytime soon, just like Oparanya. And this is exactly what you'll be seeing uh, coming from the Kenya Kwanza team and many others that I've not mentioned. Will be working on the in the background to help William Ruto win the presidency in 2027. Remember, Mount Kenya has slipped away from Kenya Kwanza. I don't know how they are going to get that back. But for you guys who are at home, I want you to help me understand how William Ruto lost his most important coalition partner, and that is the Mount Kenya region. Right now, he has literally inherited the ODM base that belongs to Raila Odinga. So will it hold? Because some of the members of the party are not happy with the coalition. They are reading a lot of politics in it, and most likely the likes of Sifuna, the likes of Babu Owino might break away because of the politics of the moment. So I want us to be very, very keen, very, very particular on these particular subjects because that is the only way we build a good country. And as Kenyans, you know, we love politics. And as we gear up for the 2027 elections, the political landscape is indeed heating up. And William Ruto is a master of strategy, especially with the kingpins and the tribal formations. He knows the numbers. So Kenya Kwanza is upbeat and they are ready to win the elections in 2027. Remember, IEBC commissioners have already been put in place. There are few by-elections that are going to come just to test the waters uh, of William Ruto's Asla nation narrative. Is it working? Is the bottom-up economic model for William Ruto working indeed? But in case it is working where you are, please leave a comment on Afrique. If you leave it on our sister channel, Matembei, I probably will answer it very, very late. But feel free and subscribe on Afrique so that we can see your comment and also be a participant in our comment session. As we continue having this discussion, we will be able to analyze what you feel that should be done to help our country. Remember, there's very, very little effort by the Kenya Kwanza government to fight corruption, and corruption was one of the main the main focus when William Ruto was campaigning for the Al-Salam nation and the bottom-up economic model. So the things that he really emphasized on the issues of housing, health, and infrastructure, plus the fight for corruption. And again, the issue of abductions and the killings. Those are the issues that are thorny, and that is what people are really talking about. Is the bottom up economic model going to bring the government of President William Ruto down? So I want you to join us in the conversation. If you're watching us from Tembei, I can see so many people watching us from Tembei. Please feel free. Make sure that you go to the link section and subscribe on Afrique so that we can see some of the comments. Joseph Moania, karibu sana. Thank you for joining us this morning. Karibu sana. Dahir, thank you very much for tuning in to Afrique 24. Welcome to the show. Now, this show it's just an intro. I'll give you a sneak preview of what I really think is happening in our politics. Yesterday, Kalonzo and Eugene Mamalo, is it Eugene? Yeah, Eugene Mamalo was opening the DAP offices in Lavington, and we saw the people who graced that occasion, and some of the ODM officials were also present in that particular occasion. So there's a lot. There'll be a lot of movement between ODM joining Kalonzo Musyoka side, and some of the Kalonzo Musyoka people may probably joining the Ruto side. This is expected in our politics. But now there's another college of new entrants in our politics that we need to talk about. This is the Gen Zs. I don't know where they're placed in our politics at the moment. They've not really come out lately, or they have been subdued, or they're still having a conversation, and probably they'll pull a surprise for us in the near future. But as it is right now, the conversation is around Gashagwa, and Gashagwa is seemingly is the man who is taking William Ruto head on without mincing his words. Is actually taking the president head on. This is the only guy who seems to be coming out to criticize directly William Ruto, and everybody, whether it's a negative opinion or a positive opinion on Gachagua, he is making an impact on his daily comments on the Kenya Kwanza government, and the president is indeed reacting to each and every moment that Gachagua opens his mouth. So he is doing something, and probably is doing the right thing, is touching the right buttons. So Gachagua, continue injecting where you are injecting, so that more information can come out and we know what to do. Now, the citizens of Kenya are also up in arms with the government. If there are no service deliveries, you've seen people coming out and saying, "Hey, boss, there are no services here at SHA. We need services." So William Ruto has got time to change whatever is not happening right in his government, and I hope that he will do it in due course. Uh, an impeachment of DP has nothing to tell. Oh, an impeached DP. Oh, Isaac is saying an impeached DP has nothing to tell the voters. I think Isaac, well, what you're missing is that um, uh, many of the leaders in Mount Kenya are now gathering around Gachagua and his policies. So he has got followers, and that is the most important thing. You know, in politics, you have to have people who are following you. You have to have these political leaders who are elected and they are following you. So you can't say that his impeachment is indeed affected him so much. Yes, he doesn't have that political office called the vice president's office. But remember one thing, that the people of Kenya voted for Gachagua in 2022 as a pair. They were voted for William Ruto and Gachagua. That is why you have to have your running mate ready, the deputy president. So you are voted as a unit. So Isaac, and you know our politics is tribal. You all know that. So you bring something from your region, I bring something from mine. So sometimes naturally it doesn't work like that, because maybe the president felt that he was popular in Central and he could walk in Central alone, but he had to work with a leader who is who is known to the people. So Gachagua was elected by the people, that again fired by the president. But he was not fired by the people of Kenya. He was fired by the president. And we saw the impeachment. It was a very short impeachment. And you know it. So let us not hide behind the curtain. The truth is that the impeachment of Gachagua was done in a hurry, and it was not properly executed. Utawala, Irene Mwendo are following us from Utawala. Irene, good morning. You are my neighbor, man. Karibu sana Utawala. I don't know which part of Utawala you are in, but I know Miango, I know those areas around. Yeah, Miango. I know quite a bit about Utawala. So Salimia Babu Owino, your MP is doing a good job. We hope that Babu Owino will capture the Nairobi seat. Babu Owino is also running for the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi, and he has broken ranks with the ODM party. Although it's not made official, but Babu Owino currently is playing the politics of Nairobi. The, I said I said before in this forum that the urban politics and the rural politics is very different. Uh, the more the cosmopolitan areas will be a big challenge for the big political parties that have been relying on tribe, and they should know this, because there's a new voting bloc called the young generation, the Gen Zs, that are in mostly in the urban centers, where there are colleges, where there are these institutions. You are not likely going to have an easy time if you have been relying on tribe to propel your agenda. So Babu Owino, Sifuna are playing the politics the way to survive in a cosmopolitan area. So they're doing the right thing so far politically for their political survival. Now we back to our candidates. We have a new kid on the block, and that is Matiangi. Matiangi is being fronted. There's some rumors out there that it is a candidate for the Jubilee Party, although he has not come out very clearly to say that I am running. Now Matiangi brings in a new impact, the impact that maybe Kalonzo doesn't have. Kalonzo is soft spoken. Our politics is more of aggression. We see the Raila Odingas, you see the William Ruto. These are people who are very aggressive and very shrewd. So Kalonzo is a bit soft. He's a bit soft, and Kamba people nisameheni mali popote mlipo, lakini your nature, hiyo upole yenyu, hiyo nini, hiyo bado kidogo, hapo kuna shida kidogo, hapo kuna shida kidogo. Kalonzo needs to come out more aggressive. He needs to, and how does he come out more aggressive? You want Kalonzo to have a rally in Kamkunji. We want these leaders to have a rally in Kampunji. We want them to have a big rally so that they can tell the people of Kenya that this is what we want. If they cannot do that, they are having these small pieces of press conferences, then people will judge you that way. So you need to appear big, even if you are small. Tengeneza kitu kubwa, watu wakuone, so that utetemeshe kidogo. But if you are still relying on press statements and all that, no, that will not work. Remember, the person you are running against is none other than William Ruto, professor wa siasa, na hii siasa ya ukabila William Ruto has mastered it. Nisikakudanganya, we supported William Ruto in 2022, and I can tell you that he is very, very organized. He is very, very organized, perhaps more organized than any other politicians I've seen at the moment. He is so organized. So you have to put your house in order so that you can disorganize William Ruto. And the only person who can disorganize William Ruto is Gachagua, somebody he has worked with for a long time. So that is the only person I see currently who can disorganize William Ruto quite a bit. But a lot is happening on the background, and I said that the things that are going to bring the Kenya Kwanza government down is one, the issue of taxation. That is going to bring your government down, Mr. William Ruto. The issue of taxation is going to bring the government of Kenya Kwanza down. Another particular issue that is going to bring this government down is that you are now hearing stories of people dying in hospitals because SHA is not working properly. That the issue of health is also going to bring this government down. Now, lastly, recycling these old politicians. What value do they bring to you? Uh, yes, it is to manage the politics on those particular regions, but again, this is also another downfall. Uh, you had an opportunity to employ these young people. Young people need jobs in Kenya. They are qualified, and they need to be serving their country. So when you get an opportunity, Mr. President, and we say it here in Africa the way it is, when you get an opportunity and you want at least to ease some burden on your side, employ young people into your government. You've not done enough in that sector, and these young people are really mad about it. So in 2027, they'll give you a scorecard, and one of them is that they'll tell you, okay, well, let's look at your cabinet. How many young people did you uh, have in your cabinet? No. Did you recycle politicians? Yes. Yes, you did. And did you inua bottom up ikikuja juu? Now, this messaging was poorly done right from inception. The bottom up economy, I think the messaging was very, very wrong. So the local mwananchi, the other nation, they think that, the mama mboga ndio watakuwa wanaoccupy hizo ofisi za cabinet, au ndio watakuwa wanapatiwa jobs za appointments za parastatals na nini. Even if you didn't do it, if you didn't do it, you had a chance to do it. You still have a chance to do it. There's still other positions that unaweza inua mama. Some of them are very educated. Young people are educated. Wanavuta mkokoteni pale. You still have a chance to give them an opportunity so that they can lift their lives up so they can be an example. But if you will not have an example of somebody coming from the bottom to the top, then that will be on your report card. That will be on your report card because you'll be judged by the standard you set yourself, Mr. President. These are the standards that you set for yourself. These are not standards for Mzalendo or Nafrik. These are standards that you set for yourself. So mark your own paper. Give yourself marks. Have you lifted up people from the bottom to the top? Look at it. They look at it literally like that. lifting those who are down to reach where they they were not supposed to they were supposed to be in your government, and the previous government had suppressed them, and that is what you said in your campaigns. So make sure that you have done that. And again, the issue of this issue of Shah and she, that issue of Shah and she, it will if you don't get it right, it is something that is going to be cropping up each and every other time. Remember, I think elections of 2027 is going to be about jobs. Number one, about jobs. Did the government of Kenya create enough jobs for its people? Then we will look at whether those jobs that they offered in the informal sector where people were employed. We need to see the statistics of those houses that are being constructed, how many youths are being employed in that particular sector. And of course, those people who have been displaced, were they properly compensated by your government? Those are the issues. They are very small, tiny little issues that I believe Kenya Kwanza you can you still have time to work on those small nitty gritties so that you can have a good scorecard at the end of your term. But as it is right now, Baba is going to the AUC. Nani anakujua hiyo maneno? Baba is going to be the next AUC Commission chair. Now, with Baba going to be the next AUC Commission chair, mhm, then definitely there is something that is going to happen to shake the political base for Raila Odinga. And William Ruto uh, has done his homework well. I said that William Ruto is a smart politician. And Geoffrey Ruto, nice to see you. I mean, nice to see you after a very, very long time. Your absence. A tremendous job. No, 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 no. Uh, no, no, no. I like Ruto. I like Geoffrey Ruto. I know you like blaming Ruto just because of your own views. No, no, no. In my own views are informed by what the people out there are saying. Geoffrey Ruto. When you saw that lady going to Shah offices, then that tells you that there is a problem. Geoffrey, I can tell you that you know politics, and you know we have been in this journey with you for a while now. When we say that when we say the bottom up economy, is it doing? Is Ruto working for the Asla nation? Maybe you can answer that and tell us. Yes, this is what we have done. Are the loans that he promised to give the Asla nation have they been? Have they received that money? Those are the things that people are asking on the ground. It is not just talking or blaming. When the government is doing well, we will say that is doing well. In the issue of housing, building housing, I think he's making some tremendous steps. Apart from the shortcomings when there are so many cases in the judiciary, but that is a good step. On the issue of helping farmers in Western, that is also another very, very, very big step for him. and the people of Western will judge him in that way. But again, by and large, there are other things that are also important to the people. The issue of abduction and killings. These are things that he promised that is going to stop. So if they are not stopping, then people are going to ask questions. So we are not just talking because we want to blame the government. We are talking from a point of information, and you know it. You know it. These are some of the things that are going to can bring a government down. So, Geoffrey, I hope I tried to answer your question. Although it was not a question, it was just a comment. But nice seeing you back. Karibu sana. We don't just blame for nothing. We blame when there is a problem. When there is something happening in the government that is good, we will talk about it. And we also invite you to come and tell us what are these nice things that we are not seeing, and what are these nice things that the people of Kenya are not seeing. So that is something that we need to talk about. Yeah, we've talked about the shilling being stable. We have talked about it. But does it reflect in the pocket of the common man? No, no, no. It doesn't reflect in the pocket of the common mwananchi. Yeah, the cost of living in Kenya is still very, very high. And you know that. The cost of living is still very, 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 very high. As the prices of things been regulated in a way that is now affordable, now, are the workers earning more money since Ruto came to power? Is actually doing anything to improve the workers' situation? Is the wage or increments happening in government, and or apart from what is happening in parliament? And Geoffrey, perhaps you should tell us, what is this broad-based government? Do we have a government that is serving the people without any critique? In parliament. So he has killed the opposition in parliament that was supposed to actually check on the government. I know you'll argue that in this presidential system there is no opposition, but you see, in the previous, when William Ruto was campaigning, he said that he needs a strong opposition to oppose him. So everybody is in government. Then what are you saying? So some of these things are what we are talking about. If you go to Baringo, where you come from, there are clashes. People are losing their lives. I'll play for you a video in a short while to show you how 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 those pastoralists are suffering under the leadership. So some of these things, it's not just my making, or it is not that for it's not for entertainment. It is what the people are saying, and we gather this information from all over so that we can bring it here for you to analyze whether we are saying it the way it is, or we are cooking stories. We don't cook stories. We work with figures. We work with what is happening on the ground, and we have seen it. There is a lot that the president is doing, but it is not enough. People are still asking more and more questions into the government, and especially the issue of abduction. You don't want to tell me that. You want to tell me that, oh, okay, this is something that will just go away. It cannot go away just like that. I want you to listen to this video.
Mauaji na mambo mengine will be things of the past. Lakini William Samoei, nimeshangaa ni ushaitani ama ni uovu kani imeingilia katika fikra ikamkasumba mawazo yake. Mpaka yeye sahi amekaa tu katika ile kiti ya ufalme ambao sisi tulisema Mungu bariki William Samoei, hasala apande juu, ndio sisi tuende juu, mama mboga juu, sijui bodaboda juu. Somebody like me ambaye nilitoka hapo nikakaa niende juu, lakini sasa ni chini, tuende chini. What are we doing bana? President must, lazima president akae chini. Hata mimi nakanga kwangu niko na watoto hapa. If I make a promise na nikaa kidogo hivi, nakimbia naambia watoto nimechelewa, mnisamee, lakini nitawafikia. Kwani president nini sasa imekuwa hivi? Kesho na uwawa. Hata hii sasa hii Baringo Tiate kama ameweza kutengeneza mambo ya hiti. Nini sasa hapa Chemukutan? What is Chemukutan? Where is the hiti and this Chemukutan here? yana alisuka pale mpaka hills akapeana title deeds. Unajua title saa hii iko pale na ng'ombe yetu iko na title. Wanakaa na title ile yeye mwenyewe alipeana. Rais. Hii mchanga hii ya leo hii tunaongelea hapa. Kura yetu itamlani His Excellency Ruto Samoei. Mangatu. My brother atakuwa akutembelea si atujui kufamia mtu. Tumesonga kuanzia mali naitwa uko Kiptarin chini kabisa mali teje nini? Lembuyek. Tukasonga Chipchibon. Mzee akawao kwa sababu ya stress, mbusi yote 40 team ikaenda. Tukarudi hapa tukaribu. Tukanyoroshwa. Hata shangazi yangu Gabon Chebutibu ni baka makamara. Main akabaki negative. Hapa sasa mimi nikanyoroshwa yote. Tukakuja hapa ikanyoroshwa ndio hiyo tu. Hai 10 ndio hiyo tu na taramuka. Hakuna mtu ambaye hajailambwa na huyu jamaa. Kwa upande wa wizi. Na ndio hiyo sasa nataka kuhakikisha kwamba I want to register in every family iwe na dead person, dead. And this one, sisi tunalilia Mungu. But Ruto, aenda afikirie. Asika akili yake. Alitusemea, yeye ni mtoto, alilewa Sunday school, mtoto ya Sunday school, baiskeli, akaenda pole. Akakuwa bishop, sijui akakuwa 92, akasonga, akakuwa MP, Mungu akamsaidia. Kila aje pass huyu main. Na mkaenda naye, si ni kweli rais MP. Mkaenda naye. Lakini saa hii mambo ya yellow, my friend, mambo ya yellow imekuwa red. Imebadilika brother. So mimi ningeomba mheshimiwa, mwende mketi chini, hii mambo ya security si kitu ya kuzungumza na kukunywa naye chai. Kafu kama mimi sijakunywa kafu made, ngoja MC watu waongee bila kukunywa. Tunataka ukweli. Tangu lini sheria? Hata Mungu ametoa sheria mbili ambayo mimi siwezi kusahau. Usiue na usiipe. Huyu anaua na kuipa. Serikali akakuja akasema, if you kill you will be shoot. If you murder you will be sentenced life. Neju my brother akasema nimepewa kisu si ya kukata mboga. Imama mboga wako na kisu ya mboga. Yake ni ya kukata nini? Makora.
All right, Geoffrey Ruto, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Those are not my words. Those are people who are crying, and the Turgans living in those areas are fools. Oh my God, why are they crying instead of defending themselves? Burasana. The government is supposed to protect them, Geoffrey Ruto. The government, you elect a government to protect its own citizens. You don't elect, people don't carry arms to fight and defend themselves when they are attacked and they have a government to defend them. You see, that is a very irresponsible statement coming from you. Now, you had talked about tariffs. At some point, Nediona Umeongea juu ya Trump is trying to use tariffs to reduce the cost of living. Yeah, it's a tricky balance to use tariffs to reduce the cost of living. Maybe William Ruto can also try that direction. Lowering tariffs on essential goods like food, fuel, and raw materials could reduce the cost of the cost to consumers and businesses. This might result into reduced goods on our shelves. So if we can work around that to reduce the tariffs on some of these imported goods, then probably their cost will reduce, and of course will be passed to the consumers. that's a good way. And again, imposing high tariffs on export is also another thing. It could also discourage the exporters from doing the business. So it's a tricky balance that the government has to really play around with. So that is how it is. But on the issue of Biden economy, Bidenomics worked so well for the American people. It was working. So we hope that the current president will also do something, because he's coming up with a whole new setup of new things, increasing tariffs on goods coming from outside, and they depend on countries like Mexico and other for supplies. So when you increase tariffs on that, then it means that when the commodity reaches the supermarket or the shelves of the stores, it will be that tariff will be passed to the consumer. So it is going to be a bumpy ride for Americans. So you need just to tighten your belt and see how far this goes. So otherwise, back to our story. You've seen those Turgens. They are saying in Baringo there's a lot going on, and I think we have got some forces that are on the barracks. They need to be deployed in those particular areas so that the people there can live in peace, instead of you telling them to carry arms and fight other communities. That is not the way the government works. The government works in with its security and intelligence on the ground to protect the citizens. We didn't elect a president so that he can give us arms to fight each other. That is not how the government works. Awesome, nice to see you. Nice to see you this week, guys. As I said, we will be analyzing all the presidential candidates, all of them, the way under the possible political formations, and if they can beat William Ruto. So far, I've not seen a clear path for them, although the current leadership is not very, very popular on the ground, and people on the ground can attest to this, but they have not found a working formula. Should this coalition hold together and present one candidate against uh, Kenya Kwanza, then I can tell you we'll be talking about different things in 2027. So unless they put their acts together and come up with one candidate, if they don't do that, William Ruto will still be the president in 2027. So the opposition out there, whether you are in Jubilee, you are in Inject Party, you are in the Wiper, you are in DAP, you need to put your act together very, very fast. Come up with a candidate who can face William Ruto. Otherwise, just like our Osam is saying, oh, all these presidential candidates are jokers. No, I can't say that they are jokers. Nothing is going to work. No, maybe. A tariffs imposed on Colombia worked within 3 hours. No. The tariffs, no, people are mistaking these stories. The tariffs that were imposed Colombia also imposed tariffs on goods that are coming from America. So it worked both ways. So what happened, and this is why propaganda is bad. What happened is the Colombian president said that he is going to bring back his people in a dignified manner and not be brought in handcuffs the way Donald Trump had ferried them in the back of a military plane in handcuffs. So he said that they are going to bring them back in a dignified manner. This drama is still continuing. The South American countries are coming together to see how they are going to deal with the immigrant situation in the US. So a lot is going to happen, a lot of drama around that. So we are going to see what really happens in the next few days. So just as I said before, for Americans and immigrants, it's just time to tighten your belt. It's going to be a very bumpy ride for the next 4 years. So that's the way it is. Let me take a small commercial break as we remember that the AUC seat is just around the corner. And seemingly, Baba and your Yukombele, according to most of the analysis that I see on social media. Well, thank you, Kamiri Simiu, for tuning in. Irene Mwendo, Kunga Isaac, Adahir, and Joseph Mwania. Tafadhali, good morning, and make sure that you have subscribed to Afrique 24. And this is your number one analysis channel on YouTube. Here we are not biased. We say things the way they are, and we also invite you without biasness. We invite you on this particular platform to say what you want. Bora unaisema in a language that is civil, and you don't ignite emotions of the people out there. When you go to other platforms, you might find that the language is not very, very good. But here we try to maintain some civility in the way we communicate with the people. But most importantly, we are here to see that we have a better country. We are here to rectify what the government is doing wrong. Perhaps they need to do something right. We will tell them on this particular platform. And those in the comment section, don't be shy to point out what the Kenya Kwanza government is doing wrong. And maybe you have a solution to some of the problems that they are facing. You can put it out here, we will hear it here, or you can jump on the stage and tell us that this is what they need to do so that SHA works properly. This is what they need to do so that more youths can get employed in the informal and also in government. So that is what people are asking for. People are asking for service delivery. Now, if you can tell me how high taxation will ensure that the president gets back his seat, I'll be glad and very, very comfortable to hear your views. Because when you tax your citizen highly and they see their pay slip and the salaries have not increased, then that is a problem. That is a very, very big problem. And again, there are some things working in Haiti right now. There peace and normalcy in Haiti due to the Kenyan police force. That is a plus. We must say that is a plus. But a lot is going to happen with now the US cutting down aid on most of the African countries, especially USAID, that helps a lot. If you go to most of the county governments, you find that there's a lot of donation coming from USAID. That has now been cut by Donald Trump. So people who are depending on medication, the drugs, the HIV drugs, they are not going to get them in good time. Donation of equipment in hospitals that were being donated by our development partners, they're not really going to get it. So Kenya and Africa, they need now to put their acts together, because this is not your normal democratic president. He's a Republican president who is putting America first. So African leaders, in the previous comments that have been said, that those are shithole countries. African leaders, you need to put your acts together and help your people now, without depending on aid from the US. US hiyo freji imefungwa, hakuna pesa itakuwa inatolewa hapa Marekani kusaidia nchi za Afrika. They are reviewing the whatever terms and agreements that they had with most countries that were borrowing or getting aid from the US. So the health sector will be adversely affected, and I hope that there should be a cabinet meeting to address that with immediate effect. Campaigns are 1 year away. So, Mr. Ruto, we don't need to see you on top of the car. We need to see you working right now uh, for the people of Kenya, especially on the issues of health. Regarding that, now you will not have that money that you used to get from the US. So something has to be done. So, guys, I hope that somebody in the health sector out there is listening to what is coming from America and the implementations that the current government is doing. So please tighten your belts, people of Africa. It's not going to be easy. If you are depending on America for aid, hiyo imekatwa. No more aid, no more free things. Hiyo Donald Trump amesema hakuna pesa ile mnapewa hizi za bure. Hiyo pesa TO donation nini. I think the good part is that the Haiti thing is they're being paid by the UN or the UN Security Council. So that's a good one. Maybe they will survive there for a very long time to put normalcy in Haiti. So COSAM, that one is working. Trump has also recognized the presence of Kenyan forces in Haiti. Yeah, I have not seen that statement, but it is good when he's done that. So let us wait and see what will happen in the next few years. Viewers, as I had said earlier, from today, Kenyan time, today, Tuesday, we'll be having an analysis of the presidential candidates, these guys that you're seeing here. I'll take you through each and every one of them. If you have got a good insight of the politics in Kenya and you know your candidate so well, so jump into the show from this evening. We will be doing all the political players and the possible alliances that are going to spring up in the new formations. Is William Ruto going to run on a UDA ticket or a ODM ticket? That one I leave it for you out there. Endeni muscratch kichwa ndio kesho leo jioni munipatie majibu. And will this, if Baba loses the elections in AUC, what happens to the formation? So that is again another tricky scenario. There will be a lot of game plays, but I think most likely Baba will still support William Samoei Ruto. Now, will Gachagua ever hold any public office? That is up to the courts to decide. And again, he has got some lifeline because he has put his case before the courts. So as if still the matter is in court, Gachagua still run for any other office. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And if you have not subscribed on Afrique, I hope that you'll subscribe on our channel so that I can read your comments from Tembei, our sister station. And those who are watching from other places, make sure that you've subscribed to Afrique 24. Just go to YouTube, write Afrique, AFRIQ, then 24, and it will pop up there so that you can be part of this big family. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Geoffrey Ruto, Happy New Year na wacha kupotea sana. Isaac, asante sana for coming to Afrique. Make sure that you make this your home. We like your views, and I would love to see your faces on Afrique one of these fine days. Make a step so that you can come up here, and we challenge some of these views. Geoffrey Ruto, usipotee sana. Tuambie ni yapi yanafanyika katika Kenya Kwanza government that we are not seeing. Perhaps it is just the publicity that is missing from Ruto's side of government. They are not using the social media properly. Perhaps it is high time watuletee hizo pesa tuweze kuadvertise mambo ambayo serikali inafanya. Ndiyo mpasa wananchi pia wanajuajue ni nini Kenya Kwanza ya William Ruto inafanya. I hope the people of I want to send my condolences to the people of Congo. There's a lot of fighting going on in DRC Congo. So many people have been displaced. And some of these are the challenges that are happening to African countries. And this is what Trump was saying the other day, that African leaders, you buy weapons to kill your own people. So why do you have to buy your weapons? Nianze kutafuta Osam na bunduki, nianze kutafuta Geoffrey Ruto na nini, tuane juu ya nini? We can't continue like that to kill each other because of politics. Politics will come and go, but this country called Kenya will remain. And remember, we are not here forever. Even those who are killing other people, they will die one day. They will die. They will die. They will die. So please, guys, just be responsible. Act responsibly. Politics is not a matter of life and death. Today we are supporting William Ruto. Tomorrow we are supporting Kalonzo. The next time you find a brother supporting Matiangi, you see Gen Z supporting, and that is democracy. Let us embrace democracy. And leaders who are in power, when you are seeing criticism or people criticizing your government, you also criticize the previous government. I can remember how William Ruto was criticizing Uhuru's government, and he was in the same government. I remember how William Ruto criticized Raila Odinga. I remember how Raila Odinga criticized William Ruto. But now they are working together. Lakini wewe mwananchi hauna kitu, uko na kisogo tu na viatu na nini, wewe umejikaza hapo ati unataka kubeba mawe kupiga mtu mwingine juu ya siasa, na ilhali hao watu wa siasa wanafanya kazi pamoja. So tuangalie na tuzingatie amani wakati huu especially kwa wakati wa siasa kama saa hii. Kuna watu wengine nimeona kule sehemu za Nyanza, mtu anabeba mpaka njora, anabeba mawe, anabeba nini kukata mtu mwingine juu ya siasa. What nonsense is that? If you have to carry a weapon, maybe to defend your country, but don't carry a weapon to kill another Kenyan because of politics. Kwa hayo machache, Mungu awabariki na tuonane jioni when we are going to have a comprehensive analysis of all these political candidates. Remember, I'll be hosting Mburu, Jeremy, and Mise on this particular platform, and any other person who will step in. But those are the guests who are going to be here this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and they are going to analyze each and every political candidate and what they bring on board. Jimmy will also be joining us from the Inject Party. We hope that we are going to have a good civil discussion. You remember, here on Afrique, we try to maintain decorum whenever we are having our discussions here. And also, we will not gag you, but we will let you air your opinion without kicking you out of the studio, like in many other platforms that you go out there and you are kicked out because of your views that they don't like. So here, there is freedom of speech, and so long as you don't ignite incite and maintain civility in your communication. So we try our best. When the president is doing well, we will see it here on Africa. When he's not doing well, we will point it out. When there are killings of young people, we will talk about it. We will not shy away from correcting what is wrong. So that is the only way we can have a good country. And I hope that all of you out there are vigilant and ready for 2027, because 2027 we are going to have a very interesting campaign and campaign period, especially in the urban center. In the urban center, the rural folks might still vote the normal way, but again, there will be a lot of voter apathy in some of the areas that were voting ODM, because Baba most likely will not be on the ballot. But again, even if he's in the ballot, there will be still some voter apathy. Now, the Gen Zs, if they come out in large numbers, let me tell you, the young people of Kenya form 70% of the voting bloc. If they come out, there's no president who can survive that onslaught. So, kuna kazi. There's a lot need to be done by the Kenya Kwanza government, and there's a lot that they've done poorly, especially on the kidnapping and abduction. I hope that it will end. And if it has not ended, I've not seen any lately. But the death of that young man in El Bagon, that one is uncalled for. That one is unnecessary. So mimi naulizaga tu kitu moja, yani wewe ushaua mtu umeenda nyumbani, so what? You left the kids there without even a father. And congratulations to one Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Sonko adopted that young kid who saw the father being stabbed to death. I don't know. I couldn't even read that story to the end because it is very very sad. Mtoto mdogo kama huyu anakwambia niliona baba akichinjwa chinjwa. Sasa yani, which society are we in? Kenya kuna makanisa kweli? Where is the church in Kenya? Saizi wapi kanisa? Again wameenda wakanyamaza. Ati nimeona baba yangu akichinjwa chinja, wamechinja baba. And then you tell me that there is something wrong with that. There is something that this government is doing to protect its citizens. Surely wewe unaenda unaua mtu, yani unaua mtu mbele ya mtoto wake. We are in a sick society and these people are out there, wanatembeaga na sisi, wanakunywa maji na sisi, wanakula na sisi. Hata leo umekula na mmoja kwa hoteli. Imagine there are those people. Those people are barbaric. Those people need not to be. They need not. Yani, those are people who need not to be on the surface of the earth. People who are killing. Wengine niliona bana, watu wamewekwa kwa gunia, body parts zimewekwa kwa gunia. Oh my God! Yani, which society are we in? The church ndio hiyo quiet. Hawaongei, wanatokea na marobu zingine, wanadhani ni wanaenda kuomba shetani. Anyway, it's so annoying. So annoying. I wish Ndingi Mwanawanziki is spinning on his grave for Kulu, spinning of his Munge. Those are the real clergy that we had those days. People who could speak up church when there is something wrong going on in the society. You need to speak up. The fourth estate, the mainstream media, speak up, follow up these stories. Let us know what is happening. You could be the only solution that is left for the people of Kenya. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to see you later this evening. Otherwise, asanteni sana na mnakaribishwa Afrika, na kama huja subscribe tafadhali, if you have not subscribed to Africa 24, please make sure that you do so. Enda pale kwa X pia, you follow us on X. Ukienda pale pia kwa Facebook utatupata, kwa TikTok pia utatupata. Otherwise, kuwa na siku njema, and good morning if you are in Kenya, and good night if you are in Europe and America.